system of those who follow in the line of Rousseau. Jean-Jacques Rousseau is probably the fundamental creator of the collectivist archetype. He is our counterweight to people like John Stuart Mill, Adam Smith, and and John Locke and Jefferson. This man believed in the greatness of a state, and kids follow it willingly. They want to be part of something good. They want to be part of something great. In the 60s, how many of you were hippies? Just be honest. All right. Exactly. It feels good to be part of something huge, something that's new and unique, that creates community. But not community of will, community of force. Whatever you can impose on someone else. It's so...
Hold a second. Just want to make sure I get everything I want to say. Oh yeah. What about these papers up here?
This was written by a student. How many of you guys have kids in advanced placement classes? A lot of you. Good job. Good job for your kids. Well, this is written by a student who's in 11th grade U.S. history, advanced placement. And it is regarding Woodrow Wilson. It says, Wilson became the great regulator of banks. He saw the National Banking Act allowed loopholes for malicious money hounds within the system to get rich. So Wilson signed the Federal Reserve Act of 1913, establishing the Fed to regulate banks. 12 out of 10 on this assignment. This is saying rugged individualism sure didn't help any in the 1930s. It kept the population from doing what needed to be done to fix the problem, such as withdrawing their money from the stock markets and banks. These were selfish actions that deepened the severity of the Depression, which FDR had to stop. I know this is written by an 11th grader because I wrote this. You have no idea how influential these people are and what California puts in your textbook. Listen. We have people who think that they're the true Americans, and it's true. People on the right and the left think, no, we're the real Americans. We're the ones who fight for freedom. And it's a dichotomy. It's hard to dissect that. How do you tell someone who's a Vietnam War veteran who voted for Obama that, no, you're not an American, you can't. They're literally a citizen. They think they believe in the values of this country, but their definition of American and freedom probably differs from ours a lot. They think they're Americans and freedom fighters because they fight for the downtrodden, the underserved, and the oppressed. And in order to do so, they are willing to oppress, underserve, and deny you people rights and take your money to fulfill their wants and needs. They think that's freedom. They understand that only... Oh, sorry. What are you doing? I am not going to be with, by the way. Listen. They believe that the government is fundamentally a good organization because people are fundamentally good. And they fail occasionally, and you need to have some backstops, if you will, some safety nets to catch them. They believe this in every circumstance. It does not stop. They think they are liberal because they believe they fight for freeing you from the needs of survival. Everyone has a right to food, shelter, water, a car, health insurance, auto insurance, at least a 720p HD cable connection. and of course a cell phone to go with your car, and with like basic text messaging features, that definitely needs to be there. And then a second car, and then of course air travel and occasional leisure, or a job. They think that's freedom. They think they are freeing people from the needs of survival, and that's technically not the case. And so they call themselves liberals and Americans because they fight for you. On the right, we think a little differently. We think we have inalienable and fundamental rights given to us by nature and nature's God. We are not open to compromise, but the Second Amendment does not exist for your convenience. It exists because I have a right to it. It is not something to be interpreted. When it says the protection of the free state is necessary for the a well-regulated and militia are being necessary for the protection of the free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. I was told by my 12th grade economics and political science teacher that what that meant was the militia was the National Guard. Of course, the National Guard wasn't created for decades and decades after that point. He could have easily looked back and see that Samuel Adams said, "Who is the militia? I say the people are the militia." And well-regulated simply means well-trained. That's all it means. It doesn't mean it should have overbearing laws telling you what the trigger pull weight should be. That's not what it said. Regulated at the time meant to have people who knew what the heck they were doing. And that's why there's a comma, and it's called a prepositional phrase, and then it says, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. By that same token, if you start redefining words in the Constitution that had no meaning back then and what we define it as now, you could say the right to bear arms means the right to have literally grizzly bear arms. You have a right to them. It is the same logic that these people use. All right, now I want to sort of end on a more... I'm only 21, I'm not eligible for any office. Because I respect the Constitution. Listen, I want to end on a more somber, less humorous note. My grandfather, he's still alive. He lives in St. Louis, Missouri. He fought in the Great War, World War II. To this day, he's never talked about his experiences. He wants to take them to the grave with him. Like Miss Simpson, he fought in the Battle of the Bulge. He was marching through Holland in mid-December of 1944 with his unit and his regiment. I only found this out a year ago, and he didn't tell me what he did. He only gave me two numbers, his division number and his regiment number. That's the only thing he has told me, and I had to go look it up. He was marching through Holland in mid-December of 1944 when they got news that 300,000 Nazi soldiers had amassed on the Belgian forest in the Ardennes and had invaded and attacked a line of only 84,000 Allied defenders. Within 5 days, they made it 66 miles into the Bulge. And so what did my grandfather do? He walked down there and he went to fight them. He said to me that he didn't lose anyone in his patrol. What that essentially means is the reason why he doesn't talk about it is what he did for you and me. He gave his soul on that battlefield for this. That's us gathering here peacefully. That is the right of the Europeans to make their own lives and not be dictated over by the will of Nazi Germany. And you know what? He's witnessing what is happening this year. He is flummoxed, he is baffled, he doesn't understand. I hope that people in my generation don't forget what just happened a generation ago. Yes, 2 generations ago, the world was involved in war, and we are here today, more powerful, more free than we have ever been.
No, yeah, here, we got a microphone. Can you hear him now?
One more time. All right. Start over. No, I'm not going to start over. Listen, I just want to finish up with a final thought with regard to that story about the war. My, one of my favorite presidents, Ronald Reagan, who this close to missing his administration, May 31st, 1988. So close. But I was there. So Reagan to Obama, here I am. But he said something with regard to that. He said, should the patriots of Concord Ridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shot heard around the world? The martyrs of history were not fools, and our honored dead, who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis, the Imperial Japanese, and the fascist Italians, didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace?